It's the same old shit, and it definitely isn't like I haven't seen this before. You tell someone their junk is junk and they're going to be on the side of the road before too long, and they choose not to listen because they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to accept the fact that soon they will be walking down the side of the freaking road. All of the major Antifa accounts on Twitter today openly declared war on the United States. So what do you think that means? That things are going to get better? Somehow, I tend to doubt it. So let me repeat something I've been saying all along. They can't stop, they won't stop. Their crimes are too great. And they will use anybody, throw anybody under the bus they think is necessary, including you and me, in order to get away with their bullshit and accomplish their goals. Going so far as to subvert or change our system of government so they don't have to be held accountable for the things that they've done along the way. So I suppose the best thing I can do at this point is offer some advice. You better decide where you stand, and you better have some conviction about it, because like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, there ain't no fence straddling on this one. Thinking that you can ignore it and it'll just go away is only going to make it worse. And in the end, if we are held accountable for what we did or didn't do in these times, what wasn't done and should have been done will be marks against us. Because in the end, our silence only allows the suffering to continue. In the end, looking the other way condones what has been going on right under our noses for some of us longer than we'd even been alive. Do I trust the plan? Unfortunately, no, I don't. Because words are just words, even if they sound good. And if you're in a fight, or in this case, a war, anything's possible. And things could go bad at any moment. And that's just the way it is. And if we're not willing to accept that, or just plain not give a shit, we could be heading for a whole lot of trouble. I'll admit to not being like most people. I've always, and I mean always, had to make it up as I went along, not necessarily knowing what the next day was going to bring, not being able to count on stability or what some would call normalcy. So I'm in a better position to be able to handle whatever comes along than most people. But I will tell you this, based on personal experience, that is not a good way to try and get through life. But unfortunately, in the times that we are in, that could be everyday existence if things are allowed to progress along the lines that they're moving. In my estimation, if the hammer or the hand of justice isn't introduced before the election, all bets are off, because there ain't no telling what's on the other side, given what's at stake. And it ain't no joke, and it ain't no reality show. Because the consequences of our actions, or more importantly, inactions, could cost us our lives, our liberty, and according to the handbook of life, our very souls. So share what you know. Get involved. Do something. Anything. Because not doing Anything could cost you everything. Inform your brethren. You can fight and you can all die, or you cannot fight, in which case only most of you will die. Sound familiar? This is the possibility that we could all face in the very near future. And each person individually may have to decide if they want to die on their feet or live on their knees.